this is Denise Shields. Now, she is married to Mike Shields. And I just have to say really quick, I've known Mike Shields since the beginning, okay? And Denise almost a little bit right after that, because Mike kind of came in my world at the same time I was doing Preschool in a Box and all this stuff. And we connected because his wife was trying to start a preschool. And this was like 13 years ago, friends. Like this was the beginning. So this is one of my dear friends, and I've never seen her virtually before. So what's up, Denise? Mike, are you there? I want to see you, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike. It's me and Mike that have always been chatting, so come on.
I know.
What's up, Mike? How are you?
How are you, George?
We're both real people. What?
That's right. I can't believe it.
I love it. Okay, let me intro her. Here we go. She has 4 grown children. She's an artist. She loves to paint, usually pets. I've seen her work. It's beautiful. Now, here's the interesting stuff. She's been teaching preschool for a really long time, but guess what? She does not have a degree. So for those of you who don't have a degree, I hope your ears just perked up, right? I'm a champion for people who don't have a degree in early childhood education because I can teach you. Guess what? We can do it too, right? She has 20 plus years of volunteer experience as a preschool teacher and elementary teacher for the local church, 3 years as a paraprofessional. Post in the comments, para, if any paras are in the house, for the county elementary school. But she was wanting to be the teacher, right? She was wanting to be in charge. And so 13 years ago, she found Preschool in a Box and she got it, and she went right to work starting her local preschool. And so she would work in the elementary school in the morning, rush home to do her afternoon school, her in-home preschool in the afternoon, right? And that went really, really well until COVID. So all of a sudden COVID, she shut down her local preschool. And then what happened was we taught her how to teach online preschool. Now she's taken it leagues above what I've taught her. And I'm just so pleased as punch. I'm going to be learning right alongside of you. So, but we taught her in March how to teach online preschool, get it up really fast. And she immediately transitioned her local preschool onto online like that. Okay. So then she was teaching all of her online kiddos and just loving it. Right. In the fall, she started her local preschool back up. And ever since the fall, she's been doing local as well as her online classes. Now, so she obviously has been in Preschool All-Stars for the past 2 years, because that's when we opened our All-Stars group. And of course, we welcomed everyone who's been here with us for 13 years. We welcomed them all into the group. And she has Preschool in a Box. She's been through our online preschool training. Then also, let me find my notes right here. So she's been teaching online for a whole year now. Now get this, she has taught over 500 total students. Can we just give her like, oh my goodness, good job in the comments really quick. Some big high fives on our screen. Good job. Over 500 students online. She does winter or spring sessions. Okay, so it's not like a monthly thing. She does a session. And so it's either $57 to $79 for a session, a winter or a spring. And here's the kicker. She only does pre-recorded classes. So I know that those of you who are like, but I have a full-time job, but I don't feel like I can engage kiddos on Zoom, but I'm nervous about how the Zoom is going to work out. She just does pre-recorded. So we're going to learn a ton from her. And I hope that you watched her YouTube video today. If not, go to our YouTube channel. And in fact, I'm just going to drop the link right now so that you guys can bounce over there after this and go watch her video on her YouTube channel. It's amazing. It shows a 30-minute class of her teaching. How cool is that? So you guys can like see see how it goes. All right, well, enough of this amazing goodness. Let's turn the time over to her. So Denise, with that, welcome. And thank you so much for helping us to learn how to teach online preschool.
Well, thank you, Joy. I'm glad to be here. I'm nervous. I don't like talking to grown-up people, but I'm really good at talking to little people. But yeah, Joy said all of it. I started, 13 years ago with Preschool in a Box, and started my own preschool, super successful for 13 years. And then in March, all of a sudden we were all shut down. All of us were. And I was thinking, I can't even say goodbye to my children, my preschool kids. And then all of a sudden Joy had this, how to teach preschool online. And I was like, baby, we need to do this. We need to do this. And so we immediately followed what she had said. And I started with my children, my current children, a Zoom preschool. And loved it, had a great time doing it. The kids loved it, had no idea what I was doing, but I did it anyway, and found out that I really enjoyed what I was doing. And so then I thought, why don't I just continue, even when school was out, why don't I just continue to do preschool online? And so that's what I do, but I re-record mine. And I know that a lot of you guys probably are wondering, well, how does the pre-recorded work? How can you interact with the kids? Don't the kids get bored? Different things like that. Well, my experience has been that you can interact with the children. And when I look through my camera lens, I am looking at all of my students. And currently in the semester that we're doing right now, I have over 300 students in this semester. And I know a lot of those students, and I know a lot of them because we form a private Facebook group. In the private Facebook group, the kids interact. They interact with each other and they interact with me, not through video, but we interact through texting, and they send pictures and they send videos of the things that they've done. And it's just amazing. I know them all. And it's just, I don't know, I love it. Anyway, the other thing about teaching pre-recorded is you can reach anybody anywhere. It doesn't have to be local. And I've got kids from India, Hawaii, Australia, Poland, Spain, Alaska, China. And these aren't military families that have, been stationed to these places. These are really children from these different countries, which is awesome. I've got one little girl from Poland, and I'm her English teacher because she doesn't even know English. So anyway, it's just really cool. I also decided that I wanted to do pre-recorded because it was easier for me to record my lessons as opposed to having the Zoom and trying to figure out Zoom and all of this kind of stuff. That was just, for me personally, I was a little more stressed doing the Zoom. Another good reason for doing pre-recorded is families can watch anytime. You can watch it at any time. It's not a set time. And that also allows you for having kids in different countries or different states, and they can watch you as many times. They can pause you if they need to pause you, like if you're going over a craft or something. And so it just works out. I've gotten nothing but positive feedback from all of my families, the parents and families, about doing it pre-recorded. So I know that was a question that a lot of people, were wondering. Something else that I wanted to talk about. Oh, the biggest reason, wait a minute, I forgot. One of the biggest reasons of why I like to do pre-recorded is because I like my preschool in-person class, and I'm not ready to give that up. And it allows me to be able to teach my kids in home and make money doing online and being able to reach children, children everywhere, which is just, I don't know, it's very fulfilling for me. Another big question that I know a lot of people have is, how do you keep and capture students' attention? Okay, well, the big thing is number one, consistency. A lot of kids like routines. So I always open and I always close with a song. And I have my little friend, Ollie, who is with me, my sidekick, Ollie, and we sing together. I ask him questions. He answers me. It's tons of fun. Kids love puppets. You can teach really well with puppets. So definitely have an opening and closing song, eye contact. My camera, I have it set up, and like I said, I'm constantly looking in that camera, because when I'm looking through that camera, I'm looking at my students. And so I don't see it as a camera. I see it as my students. And that just really helps. Let's see, something else to help keep their attention. Be real. Don't, when I first started doing the pre-recorded, my very first lesson that I did, I think I might have done it 15 times. I would re-record because I'm like, oh man, I said that word wrong, or oh shoot, I dropped this, or something like that. And then I realized, well, they need to see me. It's real, so if I drop something, who cares if I, say a word wrong? I laugh about it. I actually use things like that as another teaching tool. I'll forget something and then I'll say to the kids, oh man, sometimes my brain just isn't working. Does that ever happen to you? Sometimes do you just forget things sometimes? I lead into it, because it makes them feel more like everything's all real. And anyway, be excited. And kids know if you're faking your excitement or if you're really excited. So be excited and let them know that you're excited. Have fun. Be silly. They all love that. Let's see. Okay, another thing. Ask lots of questions. I ask questions if you look through any of my videos, I've got more than just one on YouTube, so you guys can look through as many of them as you want. But I ask things like, if we're doing colors, I might say, so what is your favorite color? And I wait for a pause, and then I say, oh, pink. You guys like pink? I hear you. Some of you like pink. And then I'll go, blue. I know, I like blue too. Blue is a really neat color. So make sure that when you ask a question, you actually answer your question too, as if the child had answered it. Because somebody out there likes pink, somebody out there likes blue. And then I personalize it, and I will say things like, well, my favorite color is orange. And then I actually will bring that in through other lessons, and I will say, you guys picked orange. You remembered that was my favorite color. It just makes them feel good and makes everything seem more real. Okay, and then let's see. Oh, like a hiding game. I'll show you, like, one of my games is a hiding game over here. And so, we go over shapes. So I will say on this little recycled, because we were doing Earth Day. So I have a recycle truck. What shape is that? And they'll say what the shape is. Anyway, and then we have them all lined up, and then we're going to hide our little recycle trash can. Okay. And so I turn them so they can't look, and I say, okay, no peeking, no peeking. And then I hide it and turn it back. And then I'll say, did you guys peek? I make a game out of it. I make it fun. And then I'll say, which one should I pick? Of course, I have the same rhyme over and over that I made up. It will be, little trash can, where can you be? Behind what shape are you hiding? Let's see. So the kids know that rhyme over and over and over. Every time we play this game, we're going to sing that rhyme, so they can sing it with me. So then they'll guess. And of course, I can't really hear them guess, but I'll say, oh, you think it's the rectangle? You think the rectangle? So then I'll flip it over and I'm like, oh no, but that was a really good guess. And anyway, I will do fun little things like that. And then eventually we guess it. And, and then I'll go, oh, you guys guessed it. It was hiding behind the trash truck with the heart. You guys are so smart. Reinforcement. Make sure you do a lot of reinforcement with them. But that keeps their attention. The excitement in your voice, and the different games you play, and different things like that. Okay, let's see. I got all my little notes written down here. Okay. Oh, something else that I like to do. I'll whip you over here. Felt chart. I have a felt board. You can get this at it's called artfelt.com. It's actually two-sided. It sits right, for me, it sits right on my table. See, it's two-sided, a black side and a blue side. Definitely well worth the investment to get this because it sits right on your table and it's big and you can use it. I tell all kinds of stories using my felt board. You can also purchase, like this particular felt story is Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. That's also from Art Felt. And I get a lot of felt pieces from Etsy. Oh, there's a ton of people who do beautiful art pieces. I'll show you behind me. I don't know if you can see it. All those binders are full of felt pieces. You can also get them from Amazon. So like this is feelings. When we go over feelings, I'm not sure if you can see all of this, but all these different stories that you can use on your felt board. And kids love it. They love for you to retell a story using your felt board. You can also play hiding games on your felt board. Other things that I use to help keep their attention is, we've all had these, the big foam letters that go into those little interlocking, carpet thing or whatever. This is what I use to go over a letter. They're big and they're bright and the kids love them, instead of just a piece of paper with the letter written on it. Very visual. Something else. Do you know what these are called? These are called clip chips or chip clips. You can buy them at the dollar store. You can buy them on Amazon. You can buy them Walmart, Target, any place like that. And you do rhymes. 5 little ladybugs sitting on a leaf, and then you would take one off. Now, how many do I have sitting on my leaf? 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can do it with everything. I have got dogs for my dog house. I got this tree at, I think it was Hobby Lobby, and I just painted it. It's a wooden tree. And these are little forest animals that all scurry up the tree or scurry off the tree. Tons. I've got so many. Ask Mike. It's ridiculous. And if you can't find a clip, like I wanted to do a bee one, I couldn't find the bee one. So I made my own. I printed these out and I Velcroed them on a big flower. And so now I have my bees on the flower. So you can make your own stuff too. Okay, and then something else. I think I kind of skipped around. I'm sorry that I did that. I kind of went from how to keep their attention to different props that I use. So anyway, this right here is my pocket chart. And this also is double-sided. So you have 2 sides. Amazon. I got this from Amazon. And it sits on my table. Because this is my table that I use in my preschool room. I use all of these for my regular preschool class too, my in-person preschool class. The kids love it. Okay, and something else that you have to remember is everything is visual with online. So you have to make sure that you always have something visual in front of you. If you're going to teach about insects, print out a page that's big that they can see and hold it up. Don't worry about covering your face. Sometimes I'll show them something and I'll be like, I want you guys to really see this. So I get it as close to the camera as I can. So just make sure, like, look, when we went over the life cycle of a butterfly, see, look, there, that little itty bitty egg on that leaf. Kids love stuff like that because they can see it. It's big, and you just have to print them out on, your printer if you have one. If you don't, I'm sure you could go to like Staples or something like that and get them printed out as well. Something else, when we were learning about transportation, for example, an airplane was one of the days. You get an airplane. a big airplane that they can see. It's 3D, it's real. To them, you can open it up. And, I run a preschool and have for a while. So I have a lot of these things. If you have them, great. If you don't, then you use a picture of one. They love, like, the animals when you're going over pets. Get the big ones, not the little itty bitty dogs. This is what they need to see, is something really big. When we did insects, look at the big grasshopper, all these things. Amazon. Got them all on Amazon. So it's not like, from a specialty store or something like that. Anyway, so those are some of the props that I like to use. Finger play. I do a lot of finger play. I have puppets. I just don't have any of them with me, but finger puppets that are from Art Felt, the same company. And I do all kinds of fun finger play. I've got these beautiful butterflies, and my butterflies can fly, and stuff like that. It just, kids love stuff like that. Okay, let's see. Different activities. I also wanted to talk about different activities that you guys can do. A lot of people are thinking, well, how can you really teach anything to kids online? Well, it's not that hard. This game shows you shapes. You can do game after game and show shapes. You can show colors. You can show the letters. Then you can go over the sounds of the different letters. I would put up like a big A, big B, and a big C, and I would hold up a card, and it would be a cat. And I'd go, cat. What letter does cat begin with? And they would guess, and I would put it under where they guessed. They always got it right. So, do fun things like that. You can do adding. I show the kids how to add. And it's amazing that I've gotten responses from parents that are like, my child didn't know how to add. Thank you. Because it was so simple. I would have like the number 2 plus 3, big, sitting right in my felt chart or my pocket chart. And then whatever, like if we're doing recycling, I would have little trash cans. And I'd say, okay, let's put 2 trash cans. And then what's the other number? We're adding how many trash cans? 3 more. So we would count out 3 more trash cans. And then I would tell the kids, so how many all together do we have? And we would count them out. And then I teach them that they can do this by themselves at home. They can take objects that they have at home and they can put them in little groups and count them and stuff like that. So that helps. Let's see. You can teach sight words using the pocket chart. You can teach word families. We've done word families, reading, all of it. You can do all of it on a pocket chart, believe it or not, or a felt board. Okay, let's see. Something else that I like to do a lot of songs and a lot of rhymes. I at least have 1 rhyme with each lesson. Kids love it. The bingo song. Who doesn't know the bingo song? Everybody knows the bingo song. All the kids know the bingo song. But you can do it with anything. You can do it with for Earth Day. I put a big earth up there, and I said, I can't remember the words to it, but something like, what planet do we live on? I don't know. Earth is its name. O-E-A-R-T-H-E-A, and then every time they would take a letter down, I would put a little earth up on the board. Kids love it. It shows them how to read the letters, and it sings a song that they know. It's just tons of fun. Okay. Oh, reading stories. I do that every day too. Every lesson we read a story. And when you're reading a story, make sure that you're reading it with lots of expression and ask questions during the story. Sometimes I'll say, what do you think is going to happen? And, and then you go, yeah, I bet you're right. I bet you so-and-so is going to share, or whatever. constantly get them interacting with the story. And then when the story's done, maybe talk about what the meaning of that story was, if it has any kind of a moral meaning or something like that. I think that's real important. Crafts. I'm an artist. I love crafts. I could do crafts all day long. And it's one of my favorite things to do. And it's super simple. At first, I thought, how can you teach online crafts? Super simple. I have my tray. The kids all know it as my craft tray, which is this tray right here that I use. And I will put on my tray everything that we will need for whatever craft they're going to be doing. So for recycled, we made a bird house out of a milk carton. Okay, so I will put on my tray, I will have black paper because that's what I used. I will have yellow paper. I have a thing of markers. I could get those. Baby, can you get my markers and my scissors that are back there so that they can see it? Stick, I'll get a stick. I'll lay that on the table. So I will explain, this is what you need, you know, paper. Here's my little markers. I have my container of markers, and in my markers, I will always keep scissors, and I also keep my glue stick. Okay. And you just do the project step by step. Sometimes the projects I have to do some of the steps ahead of time, but I will always show them how to do it. Like if we're doing handprints or something, I think for the one that you gave as an example, Joy, I did the seasons, okay? And so we did a handprint we made a tree with our hand for each season. Well, mine had to dry so I could add the details to the tree. So I did that ahead of time, but I showed them, this is what you do. You're gonna pretend, you know, I would pretend you put brown paint on your hand, and you're gonna smack it on your page. Then once it's dry, you can add your details and stuff like that. So project list, I make sure that my parents have a project list. They know ahead of time any of the supplies that they're going to need for any of the projects that we do. I post a big core list of projects or of supplies, which are normal things that you're going to need, you know, paper, colored paper, construction paper, scissors, glue, all that kind of stuff. And then for each individual project, I will break that down as well to make sure that they have the supplies that they need. Anyway, projects is a huge hit. And again, I utilize this board if we're doing something where it's painting or something like that. Like, okay, here's an example of some bees that we made with our fingerprint. Okay, so I will hang on, this will be blank. So let me just flip it around so you guys can get a better idea. And I have these little clips that you can buy anywhere, and I clip it up just like this. So that when I am doing the project with the kids, I'm actually putting my hand up here so they can see it as opposed to down here. And then I do all my drawing and everything. It just works out really well. Anyway, so yes, projects, experiments, do lots of experiments. Don't just do crafty projects. Make slime. Oh, that was a huge hit. You make slime. It's just awesome. The first time I ever made slime was online doing it, and it worked, and I was so excited because I did it and the kids all knew it. They were like, you know, you could tell. Ice cream, we made homemade ice cream online. We did an experiment where you take your hand. We were talking about Arctic animals and how blubber on walruses and seals keep them warm. You put you get a baggie, you put lard in it or shortening in it, you stick your hand in the baggie. You don't have the lard on you, your hand is protected by the bag, and then you stick it in ice water and it really works. You do not feel the cold water. It's amazing. Anyway, so you do fun projects with the kids like that, experiments and stuff. mixing colors, all of that kind of stuff. A nature walk. How do you do a nature walk? Well, it's really easy. You say, we're going to go on a nature walk. What are some things that you might see when you're on a nature walk? And you might see a stick. You might find a feather. You might find, all these really cool things. And then the project for the day was the things that they find on their nature walk. They glue them or tape them on a piece of paper or, cardstock or something like that. So they can enjoy a nature walk. Anyway, those are some things. Okay, I'm sorry. Another question that's asked a lot is, when do you release the lessons? We like to release them on a Monday. Mike is the one that does all of this part. On Monday, he releases all of the lessons for the entire week. So he does it all at one time instead of releasing them daily. He does it weekly. And then on Thursdays, the Thursday prior to when the videos are released, is when we release the worksheets that they will be doing, supply list, book list. We let them know the books that we're going to be reading, because they like to have the books sometimes to read along with the children. And what else that's about it. Yeah. Worksheets, book list, and supply list. We released those as well. And then one more thing I want to talk about, that is important to me is copywriting. And the reason why, and I'm only speaking with this from personal experience, because I'm not an expert in this at all. These are just things that have happened to me on my journey of doing online preschool. You really need to be careful about any material that you use, because you can get in trouble. I want to share with you some of the places that we use to do the videos. For example, if we want any type of music or any type of stock video, we use Shutterstock, Envato, and FreePic. I love FreePic. Most of my images come from FreePic. They're free. Actually, we pay a little bit to get have more choices, I guess. But it's very inexpensive. And then worksheets. That's the big deal. Where do you get your worksheets for the parents to be able to print out? You got to create your own. There's very little on TPT that the creators of the worksheets will allow you to use for an online curriculum. I'm sorry. TPT is Teacher Pay Teachers. It's a wonderful place, and I use it all the time for my in-home preschool, but I haven't had much success with it on the online, just because of the copyright issues. But you can create your own worksheets, logos, video thumbnails, booklets, presentations on Canva, sorry, Canva.com. We love Canva.com. So most of the worksheets that we send out now are ones that we have made ourselves. And also another great place is Upwork.com. If you ever, that's a place where you can hire people to do just about anything. And you can get really good prices for it too. So if you need anything that you feel you can't do, like our fun videos that we have, I know Joy, you blocked that out of the actual video, but if you go to the YouTube, you'll see the fun videos. The fun videos are made by somebody from Upwork. And then our intro and exit videos for our theme, our lessons, they are also made from somebody from Upwork. So that's a great place if you can't do it yourself, if you're not knowledgeable in it, and they're not very expensive. That's a really cool thing. And then another place is creativemarket.com. I hope this is okay, Joy, to mention. Okay, creativemarket.com. You can actually buy the right to use their worksheets for commercial use. And again, it sounds like it's a lot. It's not. I think it's like, how much? 15 bucks or something, babes? Yeah, sometimes even less than $15. And they're great worksheets. And you can use them over and over and over. And you're buying the right to be able to use those for commercial use. So that's just my little, I don't know what you want to call it. Copywriting is a really big deal thing, and you just don't want to step on anybody's toes and do something. You want everything to be legit, and you don't want something to come back, because it happened to Mike and I, and we had to redo quite a few videos at the very beginning. And this was we got permission, but then when the person realized that we were being successful, the permission was recanted, and we no longer had permission. So we had to redo a whole lot of stuff. But anyway, all right, that's about it. Something else. Oh, look, see how I'm moving? It's a little turntable. One of those Lazy Susan things that you buy at Walmart. Mine's an 18-inch turntable, and that's where I set my camera. And then I can just turn the kids to here or turn them to there. Works pretty good. So, all right, I know I probably talked your all's ears off, and I am so sorry, but that's it.
That was awesome, Denise. We have, everyone is like, oh my gosh, like furiously taking notes. I've dropped your YouTube channel several times so that we could have everybody check that out. Now, I also want to make sure everybody knows about your actual website. Is that okay if I drop that link as well, or is that a no-no?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay, so she is the owner of Creative Kids Virtual Preschool. I forgot to intro you with that, but she's the owner of Creative Kids Virtual Preschool. And Alicia asked, is your platform on YouTube? So I think you do free classes on YouTube.
Yes, and Vimeo. And our platform is Vimeo for the paid ones.
Right. So she uses something called Vimeo.com to host her videos. Now that one costs, correct? The video hosting.
Yes.
Yeah. And so that way, all of her videos can stay secure, because on YouTube, she's got her free content there, but her Vimeo channel is obviously where everything is locked down with her subscription and stuff. She pays for that. So let's see, what's the YouTube channel? We'll drop that again. I do have one question somebody asked. And then guys, post right now in the questions, and then I will direct them to Denise so that she doesn't have to filter through everything. Post right now, rapid fire Q&A for Denise, and then we're going to take a couple questions for her. But I will start you off, Denise, with one of the questions. So one of the questions was, do you send any materials to your students in the mail?
No, I have too many students to send, but everything that they need, they have a list of, and worksheets. They can copy them themselves. Most people have printers. So what, baby? Or yeah, they download it. And then they can print them out.
Okay, perfect. So let me start at the very top here. There we go. Okay. So, okay. So this one is more of a technical question, and I'm not sure if Mike runs more of your tech, but Melody asks, so how do you create a subscription online for this? Or is it a membership? I think those are both similar phrases. Subscription and memberships are basically, are you using Stripe for it? How are you collecting payments? I think is their question.
Baby.
You're looking at Mike. I can see it.
Through Wix. Wix.com is
software for the payment system.
They have software for the payment system.
Awesome. Very cool. So you guys can do Wix.com is a website builder service, and that's a free platform. Of course, they have upgrades and stuff like that.
Yeah, we have the upgrade. I'm sure probably to do that, you would have to have the upgrade.
That makes sense. Yep, that's true. And let's see. Next question. They're so good. Okay, next question. What about, Amanda says, what about music and stories on YouTube? I think one of the biggest questions there as far as copyright and stuff goes, and that's why I took off your little dance break or a video or stuff like that. But when you're doing your YouTube, and you're posting on YouTube, are you doing any music tracks? Like no, just all your voice?
I don't do any music tracks because you have to get permission for all of that. And so no, I don't use any YouTube videos. None of that. I think that if you do Zoom, it might be a little bit different, but pre-recorded, from my understanding is you can't. So I actually,
You can get music on Envato.
yeah, oh yeah. Well, yeah, Mike said that you can get music from Envato.
Right.
But yeah, no, we just do a fun video, which is at the very beginning, and that's kind of like our little music session, and that's made for us. So we have we can post to that.
That's awesome. And you said
Everything
you get those.
else, I sing it myself.
Yeah. I love it. And you said you get those videos created from Upwork.com?
Yes. Yes.
Nice. So I want everybody to pay attention. She's spending money to get assets for her business, assets that she can use time and time again, have all copyright control. So very good. Alyssa asked a question. I'm going to answer this one. She said, is the preschool online? Is it live or is it scheduled? So the point is that Denise right now is teaching us how to do pre-recorded classes, which in our world, we call teaching time, which just means pre-recorded. And then later we're going to have Kristen come on and talk about the live Zoom classes, which in our world, we call preschool pals. But Denise is speaking strictly to the pre-recorded because that's all she does. So next question for you, Kirsty asks, do you assign homework?
Oh, well, the worksheets. Yeah, it's kind of like homework. Yes. Which with each theme, how many worksheets do we do, baby?
There's about 20.
About 20 different worksheets, and they're everything from the letter that we're learning, the number that we're learning. We have little books that we make that the kids can color that has to do with the theme that we're learning. So yeah, so yes. Huh? No, I don't assign it. It's not like they have to do it and but they do it. They love it. Some kids love worksheets, some kids don't. So it's for the kids that love to do the worksheets.
That's perfect. And the way that you've structured your program, I'd actually love to just pick your brain for a second. Why did you choose sessions for X amount of videos for like the winter session versus a monthly subscription? Why do you think that was obviously you've been amazingly successful. So
yeah, I do it like a semester. It's like semesters as if you were in school.
Right.
So there's the spring semester, there's the, it starts out with the fall semester, then there's spring and winter. Yeah.
It's all good.
Then winter, then spring, and I will be doing a little summer, but it's not going to be, it'll be for less money, and it's only a month worth of summer classes just for some kids if they want to continue. But yeah, we just do it. It's what is that? A 3-month? It's a 3-month program. It just works best for us. We just. Yeah, and each week is a different theme that we use, and so how many weeks is that? 10 weeks. It's 10 weeks in each semester. So there's 10 different themes, and they, I don't know. I guess it's just how it felt right for us to do it that way.
Yeah. Well, obviously you made the right choice because it's done very well. Now, another question here, you've built out 1 full year of curriculum, right? I mean, we talk about, year 1 curriculum, et cetera. What are your plans for year 2? Are you going to use the same videos, or are you going to build a second revolving curriculum and then you'll just need 2 years and you're done? You just keep rotating?
Right now, I'm just going to I want to finish my year 1.
Yes.
I still want to do another fall curriculum.
Okay.
I haven't done it because when we first started this, it was kind of like our fall ended up being our free.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And anyway, so yeah, I've got to do a fall, and after that, I think I'm just going to leave it and maybe add things if I want to, or maybe change things up, because you got new groups of kids all the time. And they, it's all new to them.
Yeah. Good answers. So I'm going to answer a couple of these really quick. So somebody asked, like, when you record, so I assume you record on the weekend.
Yes.
Okay. And then the limit for children to have, I believe, is unlimited, because anybody, unlimited, because it's pre-recorded. Whereas live classes, we're going to see a limit with, we'll talk about that in a second. As far as how many students she has currently, I know you've taught over 500. You can share, or you can say, oh, haven't really figured out those numbers yet, or whatever you'd like to know about that.
Currently, I have 350 in this class.
Amazing. That is absolutely phenomenal. Congrats. Like, we're just starting right after, winter here. That's amazing. How long is this class? I believe it's what, 25 minutes or so?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Okay. I think because I cut out some parts, so that's probably why. Okay. Love it. Oh, this is great. She asks, what device are you using to video or tape with even right now? Are you just using your computer, or?
Yeah, this is very good quality, but yeah. Right now I'm on Zoom using my computer. I have a camera, a Canon. Mike's going to go get it right now. That I set up in the same spot as where you guys are. I also use, I'm going to flip you up. I don't know if you can see, those are lights. Do you see those lights right there?
Yeah, interesting. Oh yeah, Think that way. Nice.
I have 5.
Huh.
5. I have 2 in the back and 2 in the front side, and then 1 directly in front of me.
Yeah.
That's probably why this looks okay. But I have to, even though I have natural light, it just seems like you just need a lot of light. I got those from Amazon. They didn't cost very much either. How much were maybe like?
These lights are about probably $60 a piece.
Like $60 a piece. And we didn't get them all at the same time. We had to experiment. Your all's lighting might be completely different. So I would not invest in getting all of them because you might not need all of them. So, okay, and the camera.
Natural light is the best. Natural.
Okay, and the camera we use is this one. I don't know, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay, and we played around with all kinds of lighting and different things like that, and natural setting
That runs about
is the best. The camera is like $250. It cost us $250, so we didn't get the best camera, but we did. But definitely well worth the investment if you're going to do pre-recorded.
Yeah. And I think too, that's the thing, is that you are like creating assets for your business that you can use time and time again, record it once, sell it for a lifetime. And so that's why when she talks about, investing in these things, it's because it's an investment that's going to pay you off dividends in the end. Now, we do not want everybody to go, spend all this money on box lights and
no.
cameras, because you can get started right away with just your webcam or your laptop. But
yeah,
lighting is important.
When I started, we had none of these lights. Yeah. And the video still looked good. I would have lights with light bulbs. Regular table lights. I would have them set up in contiguous areas and stuff like that.
When you first started your in-home, you just had one little dicky room.
Yeah, exactly. Mike was saying when I first started my in-home preschool 14 years ago, it started in one little office where we were all crunched together, and now I've expanded, into 2 huge rooms in my home. And, so it's all, stepping stones.
Yes, that is perfect. Let's see. This is a big question. I think, can you read a book to them? So will there be a copyright problem if you read a book?
Yeah, no, as long as you give the titles, the author and the illustrator, you can read a book.
Love it. Perfect.
At least that's what we have found.
Yeah, I know. Big disclaimers everywhere. Don't trust anything we're saying. Go figure out your own research.
Exactly.
Hire a lawyer immediately after this. Everybody should go ask your own questions. Just joking. I say that all the time too. I'm like, on all my books, I'm like, disclaimer, 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 like, don't trust a thing I say, but it works out. Okay. No, I've heard the exact same thing. So let's see. Good questions. Oh, do you use an editing program before posting your pre-recorded lessons? Mike, is that a question for you?
Editing program, baby.
Oh,
Yeah, my husband edits all the videos.
Yeah.
He's thinking of the name.
You know what?
He's got to go look.
Yeah, no worries. No, that's good. So you can use a lot of different editing programs. You can actually use QuickTime Pro inside of your Mac, or if you have QuickTime on your computer. Let's see, Final Cut Pro is more of an advanced one. We also have Sony Vegas. That's kind of like an intermediate one. But QuickTime Pro is like it's pretty simple. We'll say that. It's like put your videos and cut.
Movavi.
I can't see that. How, you want to spell it for me?
Movavi.
Perfect. I'll drop the link for everybody.
That's what we use.
I love that. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, I just dropped the link for everybody. Just joking, it went to just one person. Hold on. There we go. Okay.
There's one other little real quick thing that I wanted to say. I just now noticed it on my notes about how to keep and capture students' attention.
Yeah.
You're a huge inspiration because you always have said over deliver.
Yeah.
Over deliver.
Right.
And that's what we do. I over deliver. I have mini lessons that I add on top that are free for my students. I have extra bonus projects that I have taped for my students. We do things like we have a weekly giveaway. So we draw a name and they get a prize. The child who I pick gets a prize from Amazon. So it's shipped directly to them for free. So we don't have to pay for the shipping. Kids love it. And we do that weekly. We also, I make sure that I talk to the parents through Facebook weekly. I talk to them and I thank them for all their support and all their encouraging words and all the wonderful photos that they send and videos and stuff like that. And then something else that we do is we will promote things other than us. For example, this week or next week, we're going to be doing a virtual book fair.
Did we freeze?
Huh?
I think we might have frozen for a second. Hopefully it's not my computer. Everybody's still here. Go ahead and say still here. All of our 239 amazing people. We still here? Am I frozen?
You're frozen.
Everyone's still here? Post still here?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, you're frozen, but we can hear you. Joy's missing.
She probably rebooted her computer, I guess.
Are we here? Can you hear
Hey.
me?
I hear you. You're there.
Okay. Quick question. What just happened? Because I completely lost Zoom. Did you guys were still talking?
Well, nobody was talking, but
My heart stopped for a second. I'm like, we lost everyone. What happened? Zoom, you're killing me here. Okay, well, we're all back. Whew.
I just
Okay.
saw actually in the chat, it said that Usborne doesn't give permission to read books.
Ah,
And
well,
that's
yeah,
that's really
fine.
funny because the virtual book fair is from Usborne.
Right? Oh, they're like, we own the copyrights. We own the whole right of the whole
Yes.
thing. We own the world.
Somebody just posted that she was a
Yeah.
consultant from Usborne and you can't read their books online.
Awesome.
So we'll have to look into that one because, you know, obviously.
There's so many other books. You know what I mean?
Oh,
There's so
no,
many. Other
we don't use Usborne anyway.
Yeah.
I don't, because that's a particular publisher. So,
Sure.
but anyway.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Like, first off, I'm so glad you stayed, everyone, because we'd have to take 10 minutes just to jump back on. So thanks for staying. Denise, thank you so much for sharing everything with us. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we close off with you?
One more thing, and that is it's hard. It's not easy. You need to stick with it. There's going to be days where you feel like you want to quit, but you need to continue to just keep working. And if it's your passion, if it's in your heart, you'll do it. You'll get it done. And just don't give up. Just don't give up.
Yes.
That's it.
That's like actually the most perfect thing you could say right now, because I know we've got some people who are, you know, we have the massive momentum and then we're like, we're everybody's resting honestly right now, which is exactly what they're supposed to do. But that's the point. Consistency. I always say, I was just posting your links again right there. Consistency. Okay.
Yes.
If you do one thing every single day towards putting you toward the good goal, if you keep doing, hey, if you have that mindset, I am a successful preschool owner. Well, what does a successful preschool owner do every day? Do that stuff every single day. Guess what you're going to become? That's what you've done, Denise. You've just kept, you know, at it. So good job.
Oh yeah, Mike wanted to say when I started my in-home,
Yeah.
12 years ago, 14 years ago, however long it was, I had 2 students. Just
Yeah.
2 students, and one was my neighbor.
Right.
So, but I didn't stop. And I ended up having my 5 students is what I needed because I wasn't licensed yet.
Mhm.
And I ended up with my 5 students my first year. So you can't give up.
Yes. And also I will say this, because I've heard this said before too. You cannot judge your starting point with someone else's finish line.
Exactly.
So right now we're seeing Denise's finish line of, 13 years of work, starting with just 2 students, starting with absolutely normal equipment, not the techie stuff. But then when she finally realized there was some traction, she said, there's an idea here. Now we're going to invest to make it even better for, all sorts of income down the road. So very good.
I had a sign and I still have it. And it says, do not compare my chapter 1 with someone's chapter 10.
Yes.